Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to continue with the Google Forms and what that all would look like. So in the last video, we stopped with how you would add questions and then what it looks like with the student's view if they got everything wrong. Today I want to talk about how you send the form to the students, where you're going to see their responses, where you're going to see where the points are and to give them feedback. Then you're going to see the graphs that Google Forms makes for you automatically, and then we're going to look at the Excel view and see what that is all about. Here's a Google survey or a Google quiz assignment that I made for my students, and they had to watch this video and then they just answered a bunch of questions about it. So that's kind of cool that you can put the video within the survey itself. So they don't need to go to anything outside of that. So this is what the view would look like from me as the creator of this survey or this form. But this is what it looks like for someone that it was sent to. So I'm in a different email account seeing this view, and this is what it's gonna look like for me. The only problem that I find with adding this video here is that you can't make it full screen for some reason. It won't let you. It's not available for some odd reason. So what the students could do is they could see this and they could click on YouTube and then go to YouTube, which, I mean, fine, whatever, they can do that. And you still have the video all in one space, which I still really like. So I think I would still put the video here, and even if they prefer to watch it on YouTube, that's fine. But at least you know that the video works and that they have access to the video. Here, as the person that's made this form, I have all of these options. So here on the top right, it's going to say send. And that's what you're just gonna click on. Here you can put in emails. You can physically type in email addresses and they should populate for you as soon as you put a letter, if this is your school account. And then you could click this and that would be included in an email to them with the form right inside the email, so they wouldn't have to leave the email. But that's kind of hard to do if you have a lot of students that you're trying to send this to, so I find it easiest to just grab the link, make it short, and then copy that, and then I will post this link to them either on my school's website, or I'll post it to Google Classroom, or I'll post it to both places. I do like this feature though, to send them an individual email when I see that the student hasn't finished the form. So when I still am waiting for them to do it, I'll just send them as a reminder, like, hey, don't forget to do this. Here on this main page where you have done all your questions, you created your form the way that you want it, you have here up at the top questions and then responses, total points, and then here you have all of those settings as well. So this, when you hit responses, is where you're going to see everyone's responses. Here you have three different options. You can see the questions or the responses in a summary. You can see each question individually, or you can see each individual individually.
Visual individually, each individual individually.
Visual individually, each individual individually.
Depends on what you're looking for. So what's cool about the summary is that it gives you these nice, neat graphs that you can check out. Then once you scroll down, you can see the individual scores of each student. Here, waiting for two responses. So if you would have hit up here, send, and then you sent it to an email address, if that email address did not fill out this form, here you would have that saying, waiting for two responses. And then you can send them an email reminder. For each question, it gives you another graph breakdown of what the students all responded. With these kind of graphs, what I like to do with the students, if I'm polling them and I just want to know their opinions about something, I put it so that they can see these graphs after they submit their answers. So they can kind of see which way the class is leaning, and they'll see that I'm being transparent. And here is the question view. So here you have this little drop-down menu and you can go to each question. Let's see, so this one is just what's Javier's job, what's his profession. He was an actor, but they have so many different ways to say actor, actor, actor. The short answer, it's hard to know what they're gonna put. Like I said in my other video, there's just so many ways that they could answer this question and they're all correct. So you need to be aware of that. The most comfortable way for me to see what they've written and to give them their points back is to check out the individual responses. Here is a drop-down menu with all of the children's names and all of their email addresses, and then you're gonna use these arrows to go back and forth throughout. You can go down. As we go down, we see their response. This one was right because I did have this as an answer. but this one was marked wrong for this student, so it would have just been like this. And what I would just need to do is read her answer, give her her point back, then move on. This one was incorrect, and the program marked it incorrect because that was a multiple choice, so that's easier to do. And then these ones also I had to go back and give her points back. You want to give them feedback, so for the one answer, if they have something wrong and you're giving them this feedback for it, then you're going to write in the description down here where you're able to, it says add individual feedback. You click on that and you can write it in for them so they can know exactly what they did wrong. And if you don't want to, if you just want to give them little hints, you can also do that too. You can put whatever you want, but it's really convenient for them to know what they got wrong, obviously. And once you finish with grading a student, you're gonna hit save and it'll automatically take you back up to the top. And then you can go to the next student and then so on and so forth for all of them. After you've finished grading all of the students' work, you're gonna go back to summary. And once you're in summary, you have the scores here and you're gonna hit release scores. And once you do that, everyone's gonna be in a ticked box and you will send an email to them. So each student will receive an email with their scores and they will be able to go back into this forms. They'll see what all the questions were and all of their responses, and they will see all of the feedback that you gave them. So they'll see everything. Once you're done with grading them, what I like to do is to export all of this to an Excel. Here up at the top right, you have this view responses and sheets. You click on that. I had already generated this, but it does it automatically for you. It puts in all of this for you. So on the left, you see what time and what date they submitted it. You see their email, you see their grade, and then you can see every single response for every single student. This was my first form that I used with them this year in this kind of way. It was my first time giving them an assignment with a form, which I am loving and I will definitely continue to do. If you click here on this little arrow, you can sort the sheet A to Z. So at first, when I first populated this Excel sheet or this spreadsheet, these, I believe that they were arranged by the time that they were submitted. But if you just put sort sheet A to Z, then you have them in alphabetical order. But if you also had their class, if it was A, B, C, D, or if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, you would also be able to sort it by class and by their last name. Something else that's really important when you're here after you're in your questions and you go back to your responses, you have this little tab right here to accept responses and to not accept responses. So once, I don't know what your turning in late work policy is, but if it's past that date, then you can just say I'm not accepting responses anymore, or you can just keep it open for them to be able to turn it in whenever they want. It's up to you. But that's a really cool little button. That's very important, actually. So that's what I have for today. Thank you for stopping by again. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you start using Google Forms as well, because it's very, very convenient. And I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.